Okay, welcome back to turn 15 of Blood on the Snow. We are halfway through. And we still have no idea really what's going on. Got an idea, but it's a bit less clear than we might like at this stage. So far it's actually been going pretty much to plan. So the plan was always to grab my objective and defend up here on this reverse slope, which we're doing. Of course, Kieme is not really pushing it, but that should, in theory, translate into some economy of force. So I might be able to steal a platoon off here, like this one, the reserve platoon, on this flank, and shuffle them down this way. Which shouldn't take very long to reorientate, only like 3 or 4 turns. To bolster the attack on this objective, which we were always sort of going to aim at going for. But it does seem lightly held. That's optimistic. We think still that we're looking at a platoon up here on the hill, or an enemy platoon up here on the hill, a striker platoon with a couple of Humvees, striker platoon in here, and a striker platoon, a couple of Humvees in here. No, there's an Armored Knight up there. Notice the tow Humvee down here. It looks a lot like Kiem's force is a striker infantry company backed up with Humvees and an Armoured Knight. Not sure if he's got any drones. Would never know. I think, like I said at some point, I do consider the Raven to be an on-map asset because it's just a little paper aeroplane somebody has to throw. So he could be watching everything I'm doing. I would be. Yeah, in terms of hypothetical blood board, I've lost BRDM, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 BTRs, or BTR 30As, going to be technical, and Kieme has lost 1, 2, 3 strikers and a Humvee, and we've both lost a few infantry pixel dropping here and there. I've probably lost more than him, but I probably have a larger force, so I reckon in terms of casualties we're pretty much equal. I reckon we're at, if the game were to end now, I reckon it would be a draw. So that's a good start point. What I need to do from here is hammer some American pixel trupping and get a toehold at least in this objective, and that's what we're really working towards. What we're looking for this turn is we are plodding this way some more. We'll see if these guys are going to get into the top floor of the barn here, where they've got these 2 windows they can look out of, and hopefully that'll illuminate things somewhat. While there's some more troops moving forward here, this platoon is reorientating into this little chunk of woodland because there's still this threat over here on the flank. So definitely some enemy pixel tripping in this barn now. Down here, probably a couple of squads disembarked in this kind of region. We'll see what happens when all this smoke clears. But hopefully we've got 1 BTR watching that corner. These guys, the tripwire man with the PK. Sucks to be the tripwire man. This BTR is also eyeballing down that way, and we've got backup moving in. These guys lost a man last turn. Not the actual RPG gunner, thankfully, to some infantry fire coming from down here. And yeah, this BTR is going to be shooting up that chunk of tree line in retaliation. Yeah, you know, we're in a relatively good state here. The mortars, we've rejigged the mortar barrage. All 6 are going to hammer this little chunk of area because we know there was an enemy striker here. Yes. Here that we took out, and we know we've seen an infantry team here on this corner and here looking this way. So we'll roll with that. We'll see what we get. But yeah, let's just press go and see what happens. Oh, also this RPG team is firing at that striker. They're probably gonna die. But this is a cost, risk reward. I'm risking 2-man RPG team, which costs 30 points, and reward, if we hit it, that's a 120 point striker at the picture. And that's important. Secondly, I want JTMO to think I'm weak up here, or that he's making progress, because then he might push it, and then I can punish him. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Just get the camera back somewhere where I can sort of see everything. That'll do. Let's press go, and then sit and feel awkward and helpless for a whole minute while this pans out. Actually, I think I was getting a... Ooh. Yeah, that RPG team is getting shut up. That's good. We saw a striker down there, briefly. And yeah, those guys are inevitably going to take some fire at some point there. Yep, that BTR is getting shut up. Got a contact there. Another striker contact. Another striker contact. So yeah, lots of information coming our way. That's good. Okay, so that BTR is... Oh, they're gonna got killed. Okay. Yeah, so could have gone a bit better, but lots of info. Right, let's see what happened over here first, because these guys take a shot and I assume miss, or they decide actually that's a terrible idea, hapless, we're not doing that. Oh no. Yeah, fires a shot, misses. They're suppressed because they fired it off inside the building, and they immediately start getting shot at. Oh, he fires his RPG-26. That's cute. Optimistic, but cute. Now they're super suppressed. And they've lost that contact there. Oh, these guys are spotting a striker here. Is this... That's not the one we shot earlier, surely. Or maybe he just dismounted it and recrewed it. No, it doesn't look like it's gotten shot very much. But these guys, well, they sort of know about it, but they can't aim at it or something. I don't know. These guys are back up and running, but they can't see anything, which is great. Okay, so not really anything happened up here. It's all going on over on this flank. So yeah, 50 cal fire coming in from down here at these guys. Oh no. Yeah, so there's a squad down there. A 50 cal fire coming in here from this striker. Not sure what that's aiming at. It might just be unless he's going for... Wow. Maybe he is going for that. Can it see that? If it is, it's not aiming at it very well. I think that's just area fire into the woods. Might do this next bit with the trees turned off. And then there's some Mark 19. So we know there's a 50 cal and a Mark 19 down here. PK Man is dead. Probably somebody just walked up and shot him. Oh no, he decided to run away and then got killed. So, okay, yeah, more smoke got popped. Oh, and a javelin. A javelin? Okay. That would explain why RPG Man got killed. He got hit by a javelin. Oh yeah, definitely like infantry platoon material down there. And those guys, I don't think they've been actually shot at, but they're fairly suppressed. And then this one, yeah, that one's gotten spotted. Did it ever? Oh, that one getting stuck in a loop where it can't actually shoot, which is awesome. That's fantastic. And then it got annihilated by with the Cal fire. Boom, the gunner got killed, and then it bails. Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to see there. And then these guys just getting machine gunned. But they're okay-ish. And then over here, yeah, there's a Mark 19 striker. So that's covering up there, but it's also covering off this angle. I have this feeling that none of the stuff I wanted to area fire things has actually decided to area fire stuff. But those guys get up there and they get pinned, but I think he's actually shooting at this building. Yeah. Oh, we spot some infantry there. Oh, that's the MG team. That's cool. Yeah, so if he's left two MG teams up here, because they come in pairs, you know, a couple of strikers, an MG team, one or two infantry squads, and then he takes the rest of the platoon and sends it around there. Interesting one. Now these guys are getting spotted and shot at. So, yeah, like I say, not an amazing turn. And particularly, we can kind of see down here how little we're actually seeing. And this is a combination of, I don't really want to get too far forward in the woods, and the fact that the Americans just outspot the Russians consistently. But we got some more info to work with here. Oh, I can't adjust that yet. I was thinking about shifting it from here to here, but we can do that later. You just shoot that damn striker. You guys. Oh, are getting shot at by someone in that building, but you can't actually see the building. And you... yeah, that's awesome. You guys can't actually see anything useful from there. You're trying to fire, but you can't. Which is also completely amazing. I'd really rather you guys were less, like, hiding behind the same tree. Okay, yeah. We've still got these guys moving on up there. Let's move you to there and shuffle you up. This building is probably clear because these guys are stood right next to it and they haven't been shot. The one next to it, unfortunately, it doesn't have any buildings on this side, so I'd have to go into here, into this building, to see this way, which is kind of what I want to do. We can at least get into that building from this side. That might be a bit better than going in through the front door. Something I'm kind of relearning here is that buildings are not fun places to be. When you're getting shot up by everything. Buildings, kids, are concealment, not cover. Should be alright there. Unless, actually, no. Can we get out the front? Yes, we can. Let's get you guys up here. That is probably clear, he says, optimistically. Can this see down to... Ooh. Ooh, ooh. 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 Yes, just about. I'm happy leaving that on like a full turn, shoot everything order, purely because I'm not expecting any major threats up here and it has backup. What are you covering? You can sort of cover around there. Okay, so main threat is still up here. Wouldn't it be nice, Hapless, if we could mortar this corner? Yes, it would, but kinda can't. So none of the units I have down there are actually allowed to call in mortar support, so it's all denied. The Russians have, compared to the Americans and like Western and NATO armies, the Russians have a very restrictive like call for fire procedure. So the second lieutenant can do it, but it takes him a long time. Whereas anybody on JTMO's side can call for fire. Yeah, you're covering that bit off. Yeah. We've got, pretty much that entire platoon over there now. There's just a couple of BTRs hanging around here for backup purposes. Oh, you obviously can't see that way. You were supposed to be shooting, but you weren't. So let's squeeze you forward a tiny little bit. Yeah, that way it's like it was sort of interdicted by the corner of that building before. you guys, you're better off just staying there and keeping your heads down. Okay, so in theory here, just get you guys up into the edge of the wood there. In theory, these guys in the wood here are going to have an easier time spotting the enemy because they're just sitting there. While the enemy is moving forward, so they should have a spotting advantage, he says, optimistically. That's... Damn, strike is too far down on the reverse slope for me to get from there. He's got some good positioning, as JTMO. Right, that should about do. Yeah, this kind of feels like the crunch point. This feels like JTMO's big play. And we'll see how that pans out. I don't really want to fight out of the wood here, if that makes any sense at all. I kind of want to fight from inside the wood. So I want him coming to me. Or potentially just to lure his infantry into the woods and then smack it around with 30mm cannon fire. But we'll see. Right, let's press go.